Following is a Buffalo City Life podcast. If you're interested in showcasing your podcast on our network, write to info@buffalocitylife.com. Please subscribe to us on iTunes and head over to buffalocitylife.com to check out other podcasts. Thank you for listening, and now on to the show.
Alright, everybody. Guess what it is?
What is it, Kaiba?
It's Halloween!
Yay!
Halloween is a Saturday, and we are doing our Halloween special. Why? Because we're idiots.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's gonna
Speak for yourself.
I think no matter
I
what we
speak
did
for
anyways,
myself.
we're idiots, so.
But no, today we're just going to be kind of, reminiscing about, Halloween genre, scary genre, horror genre in video games. And we're going to be talking about a little bit about, some of our first scares, also our favorite horror games, horror slasher games, whatever you want to call them. And we got, hopefully, some special trivia.
Yeah, and it's not about video games.
Why?
I'll explain when it gets to it.
All choked up. Well, as I like to do this, we like to try and figure out what the fuck we're going to talk about today. And I think I just want to start off with, what is the first video game you ever played that scared the poop out of you?
All right. I'll start this one off. I'm not going to lie. I had to say it was Resident Evil. This is the first really scary video game I've ever played because back then my mom wouldn't let me play anything that was too violent. Then my dad basically got Resident Evil. And he's like, yeah, come on, son. Let's play this together, So even then, the graphics were, so good during that time. And it just scared the poop out of me. And I was, so scared from that. The dogs, dude, the dogs. They just came out of the windows, fucking, rah. Dude, they get you every time.
What do the dogs do?
They go, rah.
All right.
Yeah.
Mine, I'm not too ashamed to say, was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That was actually a video game?
Yes, there was two of them. The first one was actually really good. It was on the original Xbox way back in the day, and I had the lights off, and it was probably the day before Halloween. I was actually playing it, and there was a part where we had to go down like a monastery area, and it's the whole something jumps out at you, loud noise, the and it's like whoa, and I think I dropped the controller and everything, and she died. I remember I was trying to pick up the controller and she was getting her ass kicked. But I think that was maybe before, but that's the one I remember the most anyways.
What about you, Nick? Do you have any?
He's
a man's man. He doesn't get scared.
Repeat the question again? No. I think the only game that I found that was mildly intimidating to me was that Slither, whatever was it?
Slender Man?
Yeah.
Slender Man. Oh, jeez.
I wasn't scared. I was just like, what the fuck? Get away from me! He never stopped coming.
He's coming to get you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Other than that, no real game ever. I was like, oops, I crapped my pants at all. So
It's because you never got into it. That's why.
I guess not.
Yeah, you got to turn the lights off, man. Nobody likes to play video games.
He just doesn't want to change his underwear.
I did play Slender Man in the dark and at the radio station actually.
Sounds like something to do with your girlfriend.
Yeah. Well,
I played Slender Man in the dark.
There was a girl in the room. Yeah.
What about you, Kaiba?
I'm going back in time. Friday the 13th on Nintendo.
Whoa, now that is way retro.
I played that game when I was, ankle high. And I gotta say, when you're a really young child and you're playing on a Nintendo for the first time, and somebody says, "Hey, let's play Friday the 13th." You don't think anything of it. The game goes really nice, and all of a sudden you walk into an unsuspecting cabin, and there's Jason throwing knives at you. That will scare the poop out of you.
Isn't there in that game, because I've never played it, but I just heard that there's one point where you go into a cabin and then he blocks the doorway, you can't get out, and you're basically dead anyways?
Yep.
Something like that. Just kind of You're done. Just done. Dead. Bam.
See, that is, yeah, Friday the 13th, there is no ending to that game. Jason's immortal. And yes, when you finally catch up to him in Camp Crystal Lake, he locks the door. You cannot leave, and you have to try and fight your way out, which never works.
Yeah.
Eventually, he throws a machete at you, and you die.
It's
Okay.
an interesting video game concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
No end. You can't win the game.
Yeah. It's called Nintendo. Impossible games to beat.
But yeah, no, that was definitely my first game that I ever, got scared the crap out of.
Greased your drawers.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I was really young when that game came out. I think it was 88. Good
Man,
lord. Was it 88, 89 that game came out?
So let me ask: has there been any games recently that you have played that has really scared the crap out of you? Like just made you scream bloody murder or something?
Yes.
What game is that?
Well, it wasn't like
Buffy the
super
Vampire
recent.
Slayer.
Yeah. No, I was playing this Care Bears video game. It was
Only you.
Fear.
Ooh, Fear's a good series.
Fuck Fear, man.
Yeah, you had to go down in this like tunnel or like garbage chute or something, and you're going along, and there's all these weird noises you hear, like a girl laughing and giggling and stuff, and then you can kind of see things in the shadow, and you're kind of freaking out, and you had people behind you helping you. You turn around, they're gone, so you start heading out, and I did shut off the lights, and I was playing it. It was actually, I think, just the demo too, and I was trying to head out, and she swung like she was dead. She swung from the thing right in front of me and made like a loud noise. I was like, "Holy!" And I shut it off and then played it again.
I remember because I played the first Fear too, and yeah, that's when you meet Alma for the first time.
Yes, that's
Little girl, yeah. I was in the same situation. I was in the dark hallway. The lights were flickering. You could see black shadows moving on the corner, so you're already freaking out enough. And all of a sudden, right at the very end of the hallway, there she is in your face, right there. You're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, creepy little girl." Then the lights flicker again. She's gone. You're like, "What the fuck?" Lights flicker one more time. She's right in your face, screaming in your face. And I was like, "Nope, game off."
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I was like, "Game's going back to GameStop." And my friend that worked there, he saw me coming in. He's like, "Oh, what, you beat already?" I'm like, "I got to the first level."
No way.
I was like, "No."
I actually, just this past week, I started playing Outlast from PlayStation 4, and I haven't touched it since. I'm going to beat it eventually when I work up the courage. I played in the dark, and you get a night vision camera, and you get to open the doors at your own pace. So as long as you're holding down the square button, you can open up the doors at your own pace. So I do that into a pitch black room, so I have the night vision camera on, which, by the way, wastes batteries. And out of nowhere, the body just drops from the floor, just like from the ceiling to the floor, just scares the living shit out of me. I screamed like a girl to the point where my wife, in quotes, had told me, "Your scream was so bad, it was that of a 16-year-old girl that had a zit on her first who just discovered it right before prom." That is what my wife said to me.
That is an interesting analogy.
Yes, that's what my wife said to me. And that was like last week, too. And I was scared to death. And I'm like, my other buddy's on. He can hear. He's laughing in the background and because he's playing another game. And I'm just kind of experiencing it. And then he goes to leave. And I'm like, "Dude, Jay. And he's not there. And, like, there's a guy in a wheelchair. And he's freaking me out. And I'm, like, peeking around the corner.
Don't wake him up.
Yeah,
You don't wake him up.
I didn't. That's another. He just jumped out later on and just scared the shit out of me. Like that game is super creepy, super scary.
What about you, Nick? Have you gotten scared recently?
You guys are scaring me right now.
He's a man's man.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
manly man.
get that scared.
He
over
isn't
stuff
scared
like
to his
that.
poo pants.
Yeah.
He doesn't need his brown pants.
Nonsense, pooey pants.
Besides Outlast, one of the other scariest games that I've actually played, to this day, still scares me, and I've played it over and over and over again, is Fatal Frame, the original Fatal Frame. That game is scary as shit, and you only get a camera to kill ghosts the entire time, and there's like this crazy ghost called the Broke Neck bitch, and she like literally haunts you throughout the entirety of the game, like. She's just a random person, too. She doesn't really do much, except for finds you randomly and like, Dude, that game used to scare me so bad. I'd be like I'm playing. No, I'm not ready. I'm just reading the files in the menu just because like I'm so scared to even touch the game.
I'd have to say the original Dead Space. Visceral got that game right then, because when you play any horror game,
I want to play a horror game.
Yeah.
just buy
Dead or Alive beach volleyball too.
buy Game of Thrones Episode 1 on PlayStation.
Lots of horror in it.
There's a lot of horrors in there. But no, like most of those traditional, horror type games, they start playing like the creepy music when you know something's about to happen to you. Kind of like indicative of any horror movie. When the crazy music comes on, we all know the black guy's going to get killed first.
Nice.
It always happens. I don't know why I threw that in there.
Sad part is I was actually thinking about that.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I was thinking. I was like, oh, and the black man's going to die.
It's either a minority or a woman.
No, because the blonde chick always survives to the end, somehow.
Because they got to show her tits at some point.
I apologize for the stereotypicalness here, but unfortunately it is right. I've watched so much horror movies to know the fact that this actually is a true statistic. So
Anybody that's seen any horror movie knows the statistic.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll throw it out there, just a side note. One day there will be a horror movie that's made where that black guy, he's going to be like, you know what? It's time to get the fuck out of here. He runs off. You don't catch him. You don't see him for the rest of the movie. Everybody else dies. And there's the black guy sitting in the far corner in a diner saying, motherfucker should have got out.
Dumbasses.
Dumbasses. But no, it's when you hear the music, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, death.
But you play Dead Space, and you get to certain spots where there's no music. It's like being in it's literally the dead of space. All you hear is
That's when you have headphones on, makes it better.
yeah. Wearing a pair of Turtle Beach P11s.
Turtle
on max volume.
Beaches.
Turtle Beaches. On max volume. Yeah. Fuck that game. And I did. You know what? My one buddy my buddy at the time, he challenged me to play the whole game at night, lights off, nothing around me. Played the whole game, and I'll tell you what, I didn't sleep. I slept with the lights on for like the first 4 days after beating that game. I was convinced that like one of those little baby necromorphs was gonna come out of an air vent in my house and shoot the needles at me. Like it was that freaky.
The worst part is those baby necromorphs are actually made from human babies. If you ever watch the anime, you see how it's done. It's scary as hell. It's creepy. Ugh.
Yeah, the anime is actually really good to watch though.
It is too. It's super good. Super good. What about you? Any recent events? Any other games you could think of that this
I
year?
really avoid them pretty much. I stick to my Skyrims, my Witchers, my
Buzzkill.
Elder Scrolls Online.
You need more horror.
They
in your
don't
life.
really scare you much.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there are games that are out there that do have creepy moments, where it's just it's still a normal game. Then you just get that one jump scare, just out of stupidity,
Well, Witcher 3, yes, there is some really creepy moments, and ones with a baby. Like this baby was born and it was demon, and it was just disgusting. I don't want to give, because it's a pretty big plot point, so I don't want to give it away, but it is really fucking creepy. Like you got to do things with it you shouldn't be doing with the baby. We'll just say that. So. ...
That's all I'm thinking of right now. You know what I thought was a really good game? It didn't really scare me as much, but the beginning I thought was absolute best was Silent Hill. Silent Hill was there, man. Especially that very beginning when you run through the alleyway and the babies come out. You're like, "Ah." That's the thing. Children in horror games are the worst.
Silent Hill, the worst part was with that clock. You move the clock, and the first time you see Pyramid Head. That was the worst for me. That's when I didn't play it anymore. I got to that point.
Just doing some googling of video games, horror games. Dead Space, Fear, Silent Hill 2, Condemned, Criminal Origins, Silent Hill 1, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, my lord.
Fatal Frame 2, Eternal Darkness, Resident Evil 2, System Shock 2, Fatal Frame, Silent Hill 3, Until Dawn.
Until Dawn, really? That's up there already?
Yeah.
That just came out a couple months ago.
Yeah, it's up there. It's one of the better horror games. The Evil Within, obviously, is definitely one of them that we talked about a couple weeks ago. Silent Hills.
It never came out.
Never came out, but was going to be.
Didn't they have, what was that called, that little demo they did? It had a name to it. God, I can't remember the name, but it was for Silent Hills. It was a demo, and everyone just raved about it. You kept going through the same hallway over and over again, but there was just a little bit of difference in each time, and if you did a certain thing in each one, you could keep opening new levels to that hallway, and it was pretty cool.
Soma.
Yes.
Soma, oh yeah, that's a game that's really, really weird actually.
Yeah. Dying Light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a
Alien Isolation.
Oh, Alien Isolation, definitely.
No, I've seen
I've heard some stories about that game, and when you're face to face with the alien and you have nothing that can actually kill it, yeah, you're gonna poo your pants.
Yeah, you even get that gun like in the original movie with the motion sensor was like.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
that just intensifies everything.
All right,
No,
that's
you
the
know what?
worst.
I'll throw one in there. Alien vs. Predator 2 for the PC. If you want to talk about something that like freaked you out, because you get that motion tracker with nothing around you, and it's just.
And then you're like, oh shit.
Like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. You open the door and there's like 20 of them flooding out of a doorway.
Star Wars is going to copyright strike us right there. You just did R2-D2.
Did I?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody did any
Screw him.
Doom. Yeah, I definitely think Doom was one of the better.
I think the new Doom 1 will be on that list.
Horror listed.
That's one game. Wait, aren't they going to do co-op for that new Doom one? Because that will be sick if they do that.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm
I
sure.
don't know.
They got tons of stuff for that new Doom.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just want to see the one that like, as it runs, it like fires faster or something like that.
Really?
There's like some kind of enemy that if it stops, it doesn't shoot, but if it starts running, it's really weird. I don't know. There was like a 10-second clip about the thing, and I thought it was pretty sweet. There's like a weapon. It's like as long as you're running, it'll fire. I don't know, but fucking weird ass shit. There's some weird ass shit in that game.
But to what you were saying, Nick, Five Nights at Freddy's, going back from our last podcast about the point-and-click games, that's actually a point-and-click survivor game where you really just kind of sit still, and each game you're in a different, there's 5, I think 4 or 5 of them,
I
something
think
like
they
that.
just came out with the 5th.
And you're kind of stationary, but basically you have to check cameras and you have to check your flashlight to make sure it's running, and you have to prevent these robots from coming to you and ripping you apart and throwing you into a robot mechanic doll thingy. And it's really creepy because man, you should see these faces, man. They're just they're too happy, and then they get more demonic and more demonic and more demonic, and it just
And they're in one screen. You
Yeah.
go back to the screen, they're gone.
gone. You don't
And you're
actually
like,
see them
where the hell
move.
did right. You're like, where the hell did it go?
Yeah, you don't actually see them move. They're just there. And then they'll tease you, too. They'll be like, oh, we're going to knock on the door. And then you'll have to try to hold the door by clicking on it. He'll tries to hold the door, and then there's another one. And, dude, it gets hard. You have to survive till 6 o'clock in the morning. That one's scary as hell.
Interesting.
Yeah, point-and-click survivor game.
You know what? I want some trivia.
All right, so we're not doing video games because I kind of figured we were going to go over a bunch of different video games, and I didn't want to limit you. So we're going to do movies.
Ooh.
Okay. So a little bit of a turn here. The trivia is, what are the top 10 grossing movie franchises of all time in the horror genre?
Saw's definitely up in there.
Saw is number 2. So why we guess them, I'll give you some cool little tidbits of information. So, Saw 2. It totaled gross of all the movies. There was 10 of them. Was $342,510,598, and it averaged around $34 million a movie.
Damn.
Wait, there's
10?
Saw movies now?
Number of movies, etc., is 10, including a direct-to-DVD release, a short film First Saw was inspired by, and a fan-made film.
I knew there were
Those-
6. So.
Those were all
A fan-made film?
in that.
I do not want to look for that.
Yeah, I know.
I
Oh,
don't
and there is
wanna-
one video game.
Yeah, I heard it
Saw
was
the
really
video.
bad.
Yeah, I heard it was bad too.
Yeah.
All right, so we got number 2 under our belt.
Is Resident Evil actually in that list? Okay, that's what I
It's
thought.
not even a horror movie.
No, it's not. Not in my opinion.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th is number 1. It has grossed to date $380,637,525, and that's not including a TV show and a video game. And there was also a
TV
remake
show.
of Freddy
Yeah.
vs. Jason.
Oh, don't even start with
Yeah.
that.
And that means Nightmare on Elm Street has to be like 3.
No.
It's not.
It's number 5.
What about Halloween?
Hold on. Nightmare on Elm Street, number 5. The amount of money grossed to date is $307,420,075. That's not count. This also has, so far they've all had video games. This not counting the video game. Nightmare on Elm Street was actually a TV show. I remember watching an episode of that, and a 1-900 number profits.
What?
Yep, where you would call in and get scared over the phone.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, that's isn't that
Screw
good?
that.
I can figure out how that's gonna call. You know, you're gonna pick up you're gonna dial the phone. It's gonna ring. Someone's gonna answer the phone. You're gonna go. You're gonna scare me. Scare me. All you hear on the other end of it is like, "This is your nana." Like and then it's gonna hang up the phone.
Or just like,
No, it's gonna be. Hey, this is your girlfriend. I'm pregnant. Oh, click.
so where does Halloween fall on that?
All right, Halloween's number 4. So that's made $307,729,650. That also had a video game. No TV show, no other weird-ass shit. Just 10 films and 1 video game. It averaged about $31 million a movie.
So we have 1, 2, 4, and 5. So what's number 3? Oh.
Yeah, we have Friday the 13th, number 1. 2 is Saw. Number 3 is still out there. Halloween, number 4. Number 5 is Nightmare on Elm Street.
I think. What about Child's Play?
Nope.
Alien?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
No, I think Alien is actually classified as sci-fi.
I'm not sure.
Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
Yes. Paranormal Activity is number 7.
Wow.
Wow.
And it has the most money per movie on the list. 2 movies were only made,
For Paranormal Activity?
according to this.
Way more than that.
No, there's
Yeah.
4.
No, I think they're up to like 5 or 6 now.
No,
Yeah.
the 4th one's coming out this week.
Are you sure? I feel like that there's...
Yeah,
No,
there's
there's-
Paranormal Activity,
2, 2, 3.
4, and now 4, the Ghost Dimension.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he has 3 here.
Unless they're made by the same person.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
there is the 5th one. Ghost Dimension is the 5th one. I apologize for that.
That's...
Because I remember watching all 4 of them last week and watching the 4th one first, and nothing made sense until I watched the first 3. And I figured, I was like, that family is fucked up.
Are you sure there's not 6?
No, I
No,
think it's 5.
I think they're on 5 right
Unless
now.
there's one that I'm not. It's like a direct-to-TV or something.
Well, he's way behind on this because this was published only like 9 months ago, and I figured that'd be good enough. So he was way off on this one.
Yeah, it was-
Well, you're wrong.
It was here. It has 3 films. It was $270 million over 3 films, and averaged around $85 million a movie.
You need to get your facts straight, man.
What about Insidious?
Nope.
Really? The first one scared the living shit out of me. Couldn't sleep for
Insidious
days.
movies are actually probably one of my favorites lately, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Insidious, man. That one.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
there's a couple in-
6 paranormal movies.
6.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4 marked ones and Ghost Dimension.
I forgot
And
about that.
I don't. I do
No,
those.
that one came out last year. It was like a,
Yeah, 2014.
like a side. Yeah, it was like a side story to like how everything started.
Started in 2007, 2010. So even how is that 9 months old? There would have been 6 of them back then.
It's not Paranormal Activity. He had a Paranormal Activity, but you know what it is?
What?
It's that the movie with the TV.
The Ring.
No, where they're in the kid is
Poltergeist?
Poltergeist. Thank you. That's what it is. Because there's 2 of those.
Wow.
Or 3 of those.
You
There's
were
3 of those. Yeah.
No,
like
I
being
just
on the
copied
other
and
side.
pasted at like 5:15.
Wow, everything I've known about you is all wrong now. I
know.
thought
Dude,
you were
that's
good.
like being on the other side of the alphabet with that
You're
one.
Right. You're right.
Well,
Don.
I read through it and I'm like, oh shit, this is not Paranormal Activity, but he has it listed as Paranormal Activity.
Typo.
Yeah, I guess so.
Typos.
Anyways,
I think you're a typo.
I am.
I lost faith in everything you've ever said.
I know.
Your trivia with the pants on
You
is...
never had faith in anything I said. Don't lie.
I think we're going to need to hire a copywriter from now on so they can review your
Your
trivia.
work.
Yep.
Well, the rest of it's been pretty good.
It's horse shit.
So what is
Horseshit,
number
that's
three?
not even
I'm
a movie,
dying to
is
know
it?
what number 3 is. I'm trying to think
What is number
Okay,
three on this
Exorcist.
cockamamie bullshit list?
Exorcist
Yes.
is number what?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Number
Oh,
3, they had
Exorcist.
7 films for the original films, 1 prequel, 1 director's cut, and 1 hardcore porno called The XXXorcist.
What?
Nice.
And only
And
you
I,
would know
believe it or
this
not, I
now?
have not watched it.
I think I know what you're going to do tonight.
I think so.
You're going to be going to your local...
Exorcist?
Oh. I'll expel a few demons. Anyways, Batumcha.
Wow.
The money gross is $331,592,458, not counting the porno. And it averaged around $48 million a movie.
Jeez. The horror genre is a really bad place to be for filmmaking.
Yeah, everything is with
Being part of a B-rated
So
porno.
how many of these have we gotten so far?
You've got 1 through 5, and
and 7.
number 7, well,
Out of
out of
10.
10.
10? Okay.
you just got a few.
I'm running.
Scream?
Number 6.
Thank you.
Oh, good one.
Are you looking it up on your phone?
Yes.
You ass.
I'm on Instagram.
yeah, yeah.
I need to look it up on my phone. I got a
Scream, yeah.
computer. I got a
Screams have-
computer in front of me.
4 films. No pornos. And it is gross today $293,553,139, and they average around $95 million a movie.
Huh, so what's 8, 9, and 10 then? I'm trying to go through all this horror genre stuff. It's hard, like...
Let's see here. Dracula?
Nope.
No.
Lots of Dracula movies, so that's
True.
That means they ain't making money.
Frankenstein, anything like that?
Nope.
No.
Now these are like the real, true horror ones. not the-
Slashers.
Yeah, kind of
like-
slasher gory type of stuff.
All right.
What about the...
Was it the I Know What You Did Last Summer?
that was...
Oh no, I like those because what's her head?
Jennifer Love
Love
Hewitt.
Hewitt. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of boob. In there.
A little bit of boob?
Yeah,
Just a little bit of boob. Not a
little
lot
bit of
boob. Just side boob.
And it was at the time mark of 15 minutes. No, I'm just
Wow.
You know, I'm going to go find the movie just to see the time.
Don't do it!
15 minutes and
Watch, you
30.
guessed it right,
Oh,
too.
side boob going on.
So, dang. Dude, we kind of got most of the ones out of the way that I
Hold
could
on.
think of.
Let me think.
There's got to be one out there.
Oh, man. It's got to be something recent, I feel like.
And they're all pretty well known. They're not like some weird obscure thing that people want to go see in East India. So it's
You
they're-
said No Child's Play.
nope,
Hostel?
nope.
Centipede? The
No. Sharknado though. No, but I'll give you a hint on one of them. It was actually based in a place in New York.
Amityville?
Yes, the Amityville Horror.
Amityville Horror that had 9 films,
Holy shit.
3 original movies, 1 remake, 4 direct-to-video films. Go figure. And 1 made-for-TV movie. The amount of money gross was $170,533,321.
So what was that ranked under?
About $42 million a movie.
Well, what's that number ranked
Yeah.
on the list?
Oh, 8.
Oh, that was 8.
All right. So what we're at? We had 9
9 and
left?
10.
Yep, 9 and
Rocky
10.
Horror Picture Show?
No. Nope.
That's a good one.
How about Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That's got to be it.
It's got to be 10.
Yeah, I know it's on it. Oh, it's 9.
Oh, it's number
I was gonna
number
say,
9.
That's,
Okay,
that's a good one.
yeah, good call.
Okay, so it's 6 films, including 1 remake and 1 prequel. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Captain Picard was in it.
Are you serious?
No. And it made $164,925,750 and averaged a whopping $28 million a movie.
And do we say Resident Evil?
Yeah, we did already.
Not
Okay.
there. You only have 1 left.
The only thing that was ever scary about the Resident Evil is the fact that it scared money away from my wallet.
That was actually pretty clever there, Kaiba. Oh man.
I even think I know they're working on the final one right now.
Yeah, it comes
but
out next year.
I think I saw what was the last one they made? Whereas actually they tried
Retribution.
No, the live action one. Was it Retribution?
Oh, yeah, wait.
Where they were like underwater and they went through and they actually had like
Retribution.
Las Plagas in it and
Yeah,
the
Retribution.
fucking, the Nazis, whatever they were. I don't know what the hell they were called. But
Nazi zombies.
I actually tried this and it didn't work out so well because I thought I was a retard. I actually went up to them and says, that movie sucks so bad. I want my free movie ticket back.
Does it work?
No. She looked at me like I'm a moron and said, "Go home." So
Yeah, I don't know.
it's
I'm
your
out.
fault.
I can't guess.
The last one.
Can't think of any. I mean,
Starts with an O.
oh,
Orphan?
There's a movie.
Yeah, that's a movie
Little
called
Annie?
Orphan.
yeah.
Little Annie
There is a movie called
I don't
Orphan.
know if her name was Annie, but it was a fucked up
Oh.
movie.
Little Annie's Orifice.
Whoa!
That's a porno, by the way. Like titty slickers
Where do you
and
find these things?
I don't know.
intercourse with a
Oh.
vampire.
Oculus? No.
Wait, you're finding out the name of these movies through having intercourse with a vampire?
Nope.
All right, what's the last one?
The Omen.
The
The Omen. It was grossed 162,520,100 bucks and averaged about 40 million a movie.
So what was it?
How many movies?
5. 3
Wow.
original films, 1 made-for-TV movie, and 1 remake.
Wow.
So that's our... I thought that'd be kind of fun trivia because I knew we were going to talk about horror video games. I thought maybe I'd put a twist on it so that we don't kind of like overlap talking about stuff. So overlap.
Uh-uh.
No, overlap. That's
You know-
why
you
they
know what?
circumcise you.
You know what actually disappointed me a little bit was it was still a great game. Don't get me wrong. Kaiba and I both played this game. Dead Space 3. It lacked in the horror, but it made up for the action.
It was all action.
It was
wasn't
all
a horror
action.
movie. Well, they're hopefully the new one's gonna come when the new one comes out. They're gonna up their game because Dead Space 3 was bad.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Kaiba. Didn't you tell me that there was some sort of like article or rumor that they might be making a Dead Space movie?
Yes, actually, the last time I heard it was confirmed that Wes Craven is set to direct this sucker,
Okay, so
which
it'll be
means
decent.
we're gonna see a lot of things.
Which means
get
you
ripped
won't because
apart.
he's dead.
Wait,
Wes
what?
Craven's dead?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Not Wes Craven. John Carpenter. My bad.
Okay.
My bad. I'm
That
sorry.
tells you how
We're
much
talking
I keep up with my
ancient-
horror movies.
Ancient horror movies, and I was like, got me wrapped up in it. John Carpenter, I believe, is actually set to direct it.
Yeah, he died a couple months ago.
Did he
Just a
really?
couple months ago?
August 30th, 2015. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Wow,
Okay.
I did not know that.
yeah I
didn't know
knew
that
that.
either.
Yeah. It's okay, guys.
Well-
That's why I'm here for you.
You know what? Speaking of John Carpenter,
Fact checker.
the
Why
orig-
weren't you here for my fact checking there, buddy? You dropped your balls.
'Cause you decided to keep trivia to yourself.
I do, because it's fun.
Well, I think we need to hire somebody now for you.
Okay.
No, I think John Carpenter is actually just set to direct the Dead Space movie.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I think it would be really fun because actually one of my favorite movies that he ever did was Ghost of Mars. Because that was a messed up movie.
My favorite all-time movie to this day, and they came out with a video game on PlayStation 2, which was harder than shit, and I actually never beat it, was John Carpenter's The Thing. Still one of the greatest movies of its time. Russell Crowe, the...
Yeah, how was The Thing not on there? I think that was a horror movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this was a
But there's
these
only
are
2 of
franchises.
them.
Yeah,
There's
these are
only 2.
There
franchises.
was 3.
Oh,
3.
yeah,
The 1950s Norwegian one, which is the beginning one.
Nobody cares about
It is.
that
It
movie.
is. The John Carpenter's Thing, which actually took place after the events of the Norwegian one, and the remake, which they remade to replace the Norwegian one. So there's 3 in one video game.
Hell, I was including porno movies, so yeah.
Yeah, it said back in 2013, John Carpenter said he wanted to make a Dead Space film, but who knows?
That'd be cool if he did, and if he did it right, dude, his creative genius is awesome.
Yeah.
He'd make it insanely messed up.
What was the best nudity in a horror film?
You know, at this time, I wasn't really thinking about nudity as I was
What?
scared most of the time because I'm in a chicken shit.
Usually,
so-
always there's some kind of gratuitous nudity somewhere, and they're skinny dipping, and then they go out and get killed, or
Was it-
two
didn't
couple, a
You know
couple.
what movie that or franchise that I think is actually a really good one that didn't make your list there was the Evil Dead movies,
Mm-hmm.
especially the last one.
Oh yeah, those were good.
Oh, that was That was a messed up movie.
It was. I love that. I love the original.
I don't know. Wouldn't Army of
And
Darkness
it's
kind
now-
of throw it off?
And it's now coming out. They have a show coming out on Halloween.
Oh, Ash versus the Evil Dead.
You know, they
Nice.
actually the other day just said it got picked up for season 2.
Good.
Really?
I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't have Showtime.
I have Showtime anytime. You can use it, sir.
That's
There you
awesome.
go.
Thank you, man.
But no,
Appreciate
speaking
that.
of the Evil Dead actually came out with a game called Evil Dead: Hail to the King for the PlayStation 1. Talk about a freaking hard game. That was definitely one of them.
Every game is hard to you.
No, this
Playing
one
Pong. Like, this is fucking hard. I don't understand it.
no, because like you basically it's
Losing
weird.
my stamina.
Like the best weapon to have was obviously the hand chainsaw, and the only way that you can actually get more fuel for your chainsaw because it runs out so fast is you have to get mushrooms from the ground and you have to synthesize it with some weird object, and it actually makes fuel, and then you put it into your chainsaw.
Why do you always play video games that kind of relate to like drugs? Grow home. You gotta grow a big weed. Oh yeah, you synthesize these mushrooms and you have a fucking great time. What the hell? It's always, I'm always doing something with it. There's green juice you put in your head. It's like, what? You're attracted to that. I think you are a closet marijuana smoker. I think
I am not actually. My drug habit days are over since I was 16.
16.
That's another story for another time. Trust me.
Well, that
on
could be a horror story. I mean, that's
It was
never
a
know.
horror story. You know what I hated? It was going back to Fatal Frame. I remember this so vividly. Me, my brother, and my best friend Nick, we were playing this video game at nighttime in the bedroom. We're all like taking turns playing it because it was so scary when it first came out. My mom decided to go outside because we have a window. And she timed this so perfectly because she'd like watched the TV and she waited till like the scary ghost came out, and she timed it so perfectly because when it came out, we all got scared. She like goes to the window, scared the living shit out of us. We go bolting out of the freaking room. My buddy Nick, he was basically too petrified to even move. He like just falls on the ground, starts swimming in place because he was like so scared. His ass was dead if that was a real monster.
I guess we could ask one other question away from like the video. What have you ever been scared in real life? Like, not just going to a Halloween house or something, but like something happened that you're like you didn't know why it happened, but you got scared.
Like something like out of the norm, paranormal type
Yeah.
thing. Kevin or Kaiba, you?
His face this morning.
There was one time I was, me and my friend we have huge fields next to us. I live in wheat fields, so huge fields, and we had this tent, and we went out there and we were playing G.I. Joes in the tent. And
Is that what you were playing?
it
how
was
it all
just last
started?
week, and we like heard someone out in the field. I mean, this is a ginormous field. It's not like you can. And it was just cut down. It was mowed down. That's why we were in the tent, and we were playing G.I. Joes, and we could hear somebody out there. We're like, oh, it's probably my sisters were babysitting us. So I was like, oh, sisters are probably just messing with us.
I just gotta stop you for 1 second because I can't think straight right now. But the fact of the matter is that you probably should have started this whole thing earlier in this episode, because now all I'm thinking is that you have this game called G.I. Joe.
Yes.
And it's it's not what it seems apparently.
They're
'Cause you're out
They're plastic
back.
toys. So, anyways, we're playing G.I. Joe, and we're here, so I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And then a hand hits our tent and slides down. Like, I mean, it scared us. It's not like, whatever. Walked outside, like we ripped outside to like yell at him or chase him down. There was absolutely no one anywhere. We went inside, and they were my sisters, and her boyfriend. One of my sister's boyfriend were watching Porky's on TV. I remember that because I think it was the first time I've seen boobs. That's how young I was. That was like 38. No, I mean, yeah. So I have no idea what happened, why it happened. It didn't make any sense to us because there was absolutely nobody there. And the reason why it was so weird is because there's no way anyone could have hid. There was no place to hide.
In the middle of a field. Yeah.
Right. So that's why it was like pretty crazy. So that was. I have a lot of little stories like that, but that was probably the one that we're just like, what's going on?
What freaked me out was my wife, before I married her and whatnot, she and her family went on a vacation to Mexico on a cruise. So I was dating Jill, and she actually said, "Can you watch the house for us over the week while we're gone?" I'm like, okay, it's just me and the dog. I'm in the basement. I have my Xbox at the time plugged into the basement because he had like a really nice TV down there. The dog is downstairs with me. I'm playing, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, 10, 11 o'clock at night, I hear footsteps upstairs because they have like creaky floors, and you can always tell when someone actually like walks because you just hear the doof 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 doof. Plain as day, someone walking upstairs. So I go up there, ain't nobody there in sight. Go back down, starts happening again. Call Jill. I call Jill, petrified, absolutely petrified. I don't care about the roaming. Didn't care about. She goes, "Oh, that's just my grandma walking upstairs." I'm like, I fucking hate you. Like, I'm superstitious. I'm super superstitious. Yeah, that shit scares me. Like,
I love that. I'd love to go. I've done a couple ghost hunts and stuff. I even have midnighthollow.com. It's my ghost blog that I have, or paranormal blog. So I love that kind of stuff. I look for it.
If you disturb the dead's gonna disturb you.
That's why I don't mess with the Ouija board.
The Ouija board isn't as bad as it seems.
That bullshit.
You gotta close the portal when you're done, though.
You know what happened? Ouija board? My sister brought a Ouija board in my parents' house. My mom saw it and she burnt it before she could even use it. That's Filipino right there for you.
The Ouija boards are just, the ones you could buy in the store are just ploys.
Yeah.
Find crazy old school shit.
What about you, Kaiba? Any encounters?
I've had lots of experiences with the paranormal before.
I'm not talking about your bathroom visit this morning.
No, that was last night, by the way.
Thanks for the update.
It was out of body too.
See, now that's fact checking right there.
Anyways, continue.
Once a week, I try to grow somebody out. I think I just did. No, I'd have to say one of the weirdest. I don't think it scared the crap out of me, but it's something paranormal that happened to me, and it was when I was really, really young, and it was like we just moved into about 2 years after we moved into a new home. We're sitting there, and I've had pets all my life. They're gonna do what they do, and they're gonna die faster than us, unless you piss off somebody. It happens. But the one thing is, it was a couple years, and it's like when you're a little kid and you get rustled and you wake up in the middle of the night, and you try to figure out ways to go back to sleep. So the one time I'm walking through my house and I didn't even think anything of it, but I see like a purple glow in the corner of our house, and this is like 2 or 3 in the morning, what they say is like the prime witching hours for spirits. Dead time. Yeah.
Sorry. Dramatic
Trivia question. Why do they say 2 to 3 a.m. is dead time? Trivia.
Well, that was when.
Let me take my pants off.
That's the hour of the dead, isn't it?
Nope.
Or something about Christ. I don't know.
Yes, he's close.
Jesus Christ.
Something about Christ and it's being the hour of the devil. I forget what it was.
You're very close. Actually, if you pay attention to history at all, he died on the cross at 2:00 in the afternoon, and since devils and demons are the reverse of everything that's good and holy, 2 a.m. is when they are the strongest.
Plus, we're probably on the opposite side of the world too.
Well, that's
so it's 2 p.m.
well,
there.
It's 2 a.m. all across the world, so it's really weird. Besides, it was 2 a.m. in Israel when he died, so it'd be like 2 a.m. here.
Right.
Or 3 o'clock. I don't fucking know. I don't know the time. But no, it's so like a couple weeks went by, and every so often I'd wake up and I'd go to the kitchen, get a drink, and go to bed. So one day I'm walking, I had to stop because I had to look, and we had a living room window. We had a huge. It was just 12 feet long, huge, just one panel window. On the opposite side, we had the couch, and on the couch was every last possible dead animal my family's ever owned, just sitting on the couch. It was 2:00 in the morning. Didn't think anything of it. I was just what's up, Pooch? Kept walking. All right, night, Pooch. And the next morning, my mom was like, "What the hell were you doing at 2 a.m.?" I was like, "Walking in the kitchen." Doing what? You were yelling, "Hey, Pooch." The dog was sleeping on the couch. Mom looks at me with the The straight face, she's like, the dogs were in our room last night. Put that way, I never decide to get up at 2 a.m. ever again.
Or eat that bean burrito at 11 o'clock.
Oh, I will hold it in.
That could get messy.
What
Don't get scared.
about you?
Yeah, what about you, Nick?
You're a man's man.
I just don't.
It's manly man.
I just
Everybody's
can't-
dealt with the
can't-
paranormal before.
Oh man, there's times that I felt like I've been scared, but not anything with seeing things. And not like at least
don't
not
see
unless
dead
it was
people?
not unless it was drug induced. Can't recall any time seeing anything. I've always wanted to. Believe me, I love the idea of getting scared. Like that stuff, really is something that I appreciate. But I've never seen anything.
Wow.
Never
Yeah.
had that feeling of, of cold air racing this.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's there, but I've never seen it. Like to me, I got to see it to really be there. I don't have a weak mind like some of you guys, so it's.
I don't have a weak mind.
It's funny because I don't believe in hypnotism either, but my cousin got hypnotized on stage at his college recently, and it was so bad. And they say the only way you can really get hypnotized is if you have a weak mind. There was a guy in the in the crowd that got hypnotized twice, and they weren't even trying. He just got hypnotized because he was.
That happens a lot actually at those
gotta-
shows.
it's gotta
Yeah.
Like somebody will get hypnotized in
the
the
crowd.
audience.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't think it's necessarily a weak mind. It's a suggestive mind.
Yes.
Like you're always
Same
open
thing.
to. Well, maybe
suggestibility.
Yeah, it's like you're way more open to ideas than someone else, and that usually ends up.
Oh, I know. I was hypnotized in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I've seen the video.
No, Kaiba, you've only seen the video. Nick and Jay Zippo have
Everybody's
not,
seen it.
but I tell you right now.
Did you just say naked Jay Zippo?
No, I said Nick and Jay
Oh.
Zippo.
Why do you?
I specifically say I keep my pants on.
Why do you want to?
I don't know. Compared to that trivia today, I think your pants are off.
I was thinking about it, airing it out a little.
But
Well, how about this? I actually want to close the show off with a trivia question.
Okay.
And this is coming courtesy of Kotaku.com, so if you got a problem with that, you
Gesundheit.
go yell at them, not me.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. According to Kotaku.com, what is the number one horror video game to date? And we're going all the way back.
All the way back. Okay.
And
so
I'm talking about something.
that's a hint, isn't it?
Yes. It's, this isn't a horror game in the sense of it was that bad, but a horror game that was voted by everybody, anybody, say this is the most
It's in the
fucked up
genre,
game.
at
I will
least.
never play this game ever again in my lifetime, unless I have a brain aneurysm. Tilt?
Silent Hill.
No.
Okay.
Resident Evil.
No. I said horror game.
Resident Evil was a horror game.
Yeah, Resident Evil is definitely a horror game.
Horror game. according to
Actually,
all
Silent
time.
Hill and Resident Evil did not even make their top 10. Just to put it in perspective.
It's got to be really messed up. Really messed up. Ooh.
Don't you dare look it up.
He's looking it up.
All right, I turned it.
God, the number one. We should know it. We should know it, right? It's not
I'll
like
tell you
some
what,
weird obscure thing or something.
I'll spread it out. The top 5 games, according to Kotaku.com, as being the most horror, scariest games, period.
And it was just voted on, right? It was,
Yes.
And it's a well-known franchise.
Yes, these are actually games that
That well
I know of. So if you don't know of them, that's your problem.
Fear.
No,
Because that scared me.
not even in the top 10.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Wow, this is a good one.
Were you
Number one.
scared? It's the only reason you're scared about the game is because she didn't take her shirt off.
No, but she always wore tight pants, so that was worth it.
Oh.
Again, it's the third person. You're staring. That's the whole.
All right, here, I'll give you number 5.
Okay.
Siren, Blood Curse.
Never played
Never
it,
heard
but
of
I've
it.
heard of it.
Never heard of that. Siren, though. It sounds like she'd be naked. So
I've heard of it. Yeah.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah. Number 4, Fatal Frame 2.
Okay,
Crimson Butterfly.
That is a scary game in a very demented way. The endings are.
Number 3, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
The original one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because that one was messed up.
That one was really
All right,
messed up.
I'm not giving you number 2. You have to guess for it. And we did talk about this game.
Oh. Hey Nick, put that.
Doom?
Nope.
Hey Nick, put that thing back up on here.
You know what's funny is that even though I can't hear you through a microphone, I can still hear you like this.
Hey Nick, you can't see me, but I'm
Number
I
2
can't
and number
see-
1. Okay, so
Number
we've
two.
Number 2.
talked about number 2.
Yes, it did get DLC expansion packs.
Dead Space?
No, Dead Space is number 8 on this list.
Oh, wow. Good job on that. Shit. It did get DLC Evil Within.
Nope. Not even on the list.
Oh, man.
But yet again, this could have been...
Outlast.
Outlast is number 2.
Damn! The DLC I heard is really messed up, too. I cannot wait to play that eventually.
So,
When I'm like 60.
Number 1.
And it's well known, right? We should know this.
You should know this game. It's actually, and I will...
Half-Life? Am I right or no?
No. Okay, how about this? I'll give you a little bit of a
Barbie?
blurb from there. What?
Barbie, that was a pretty messed up video game.
Okay, to survive, you must hide. To hide, you must remain in the dark.
System Shock 2.
But the dark makes you go mad. There's your clue.
Oh, man.
That sounds so familiar.
We're going to take a pause real quick for the audience to actually guess at this in the comments.
I think I know it because I can't remember the name of it. I was watching gameplay, and I think Inside Gaming was playing it a Halloween or two ago. God darn it!
Now
I
you
blame
know what
Nick.
it feels like for us with
I blame
trivia.
Nick.
Yes.
Don't you dare look it up.
I'm not.
I'm not looking it up. Click, click, click. Google.
Oh, shit. Goddamn Google.
Soma? Soma?
No.
Okay, Google.
Don't you dare.
No, I don't
you
know,
dare
man.
use idiotic technology
I don't think
to
I can
save
remember it. I think I remember watching it because I remember them having to jump out of the dark because they were getting too bad, and then having to jump back in to protect themselves.
Yeah.
What?
This is a game that was actually,
When did this game come out?
a couple years ago.
A couple of years
So what is it?
You're not going to guess?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Oh, man. Okay, according to Kotaku.com, the number 1 all-time best horror game is Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
I never
There
even
was
heard of
also
that.
another Amnesia too.
Quote from these guys: when I saw the credits roll on Amnesia, it felt like I earned it. The kind of T-shirt you buy at the end of a roller coaster. I survived the dark descent.
Yeah, a guy Critical or Penguin Z0 on YouTube. He did it too, and he even for him he got scared.
It's that
on certain
bad?
ones. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Ooh.
So, but yes, the Amnesia.
I'm going to have to find this game.
It's like the chess game of horror games because you have to like pop in and out of the dark, and you can't stay in too long because then you really get bad.
Like how well?
And you reach a point where you can't get better, then you're pretty much screwed. Then you're seeing stuff all over. That's the thing. It's like it's not necessarily real life happening. Once you start going, like you start seeing things, so you don't know what's real at certain points and what's not. And then you can find things to help yourself get better, to clear up some of your mushroom eating.
Mushroom eating.
Sure.
mushroom
Same thing.
eating, acid taking senses.
So Full Tilt will love that. Anything
Yeah.
with mushroom and growing weeds.
I'll have to play this game. I'll also soak my bandana in liquid acid while I play it too. Because that's just, 'cause apparently I'm a big druggie. But no,
Party
that's
on,
really
man.
cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a lot of people played the game, and I think for a lot of horror fans, and I never personally played this game because I've watched gameplay footage on it, and I'm telling you, I'm like the black guy in a horror movie. Like, fuck that shit. I'm out of here.
So you die first?
Or he leaves first.
Only in the Crucible.
4.4 didn't say that the other day.
Oh man, that's great. That is great.
But yeah, I hope everybody actually enjoyed our little Halloween special. Hopefully first of many specials we do again,
Yes,
where we talk about weird shit.
because we're special.
Some quick
Special K.
video games news and that we'll get out of here.
Yes.
So Xbox One is now offering backwards compatibility DLC support, and now it's explained. The new Xbox One experience will launch on November 12th. In addition to backwards compatibility support for Xbox 360 games. It actually revamps the UI and a long list of other welcome changes. But as explained right now, backward compatibility does not emulate the Xbox 360 store, and new Xbox 360 games can be purchased on your Xbox 360 or via Xbox.com. Microsoft representative said, we both support both digital and disc-based entitlements for Xbox 360 games running on Xbox One.
Sold. I'm going to go and buy one.
So if you already own DLC for backwards compatible Xbox 360 games, you should be good to go, as all DLC will be automatically downloaded with the game.
Okay,
That's
and
actually pretty cool.
to add on to a little bit of news, not to interrupt you, Nick, Whoop.com 2 days ago was selling PlayStation 4s for $279.
Damn.
Wow.
No shit. And then they did the Xbox One with the Kinect for $339, I think. And they sold out within an hour or two. And rumor has it they're going to do it again. So I would, if you're really wanting to get one and you don't want to spend a ton of cash, you'd have to cash. Not a lot of cash in the duel. Right in the duel. And but yeah, it's keep your eye on Woot.com because I think they're going to be doing it again, probably Thanksgiving type of Black Friday. Okay, sorry, Nick.
No, that's good. Just one last thing about Nintendo. So today, I believe, is the day that they are launching their first smartphone game. I don't know if it was released today or how they're working it, but they scheduled a meeting with investors, and many are expecting to reveal the first significant details of the game, which is developed with mobile game developer DNA. Gamers will be itching to find out which Nintendo characters the company have chosen to build its first smartphone game around, and a lot of investors, will be looking to see if this will help revive Nintendo in their latest games, as mobile games could be a way to serve for the next generation console said to be currently in development.
And yeah, and that console is Android based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And it says the first smartphone games released by 2007. The first one's due by the end of this year. And Nintendo stock already went up 24%. So if you're much for making monies, Nintendo might be the way to go.
Sweet.
There you go.
Woo.
Nice. All right, boys. Well, I think that does it for us this week. Next week, I think what we're going to be doing is probably bringing a little bit of Fallout 4 into the fold, because actually this coming Tuesday will be 1 week away from the launch of Fallout 4.
Can't wait.
Which is set for November 10th, 2015.
Can't wait.
So we'll probably be running down a little bit of what you can and cannot do in this game, which pretty much from what I'm reading, there's really not a lot you can't do.
With the mighty get naked. I'm just saying.
And with that, I've lost my train of thought, so I'm going to say farewell to everybody. Everybody find us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Second Review. Find us on Google+, just type in The Second Review. Find us on YouTube, The Second Review. Jay Zippo, your channel.
Be rude. BERUUD. Sorry, I've been holding it in the entire time. I'm dying. It is like 1,000 degrees in here, and with Tilt next to me, he's just like emanating this weird, smelly heat.
He's closer to me than you.
Smelly heat, he said.
All right, so find him on YouTube, youtube.com. Just search for Be Rude, BERUUD.
That's correct.
Cool. Because it was either that one or say BRUDD, so I didn't know which one was right.
Finish it so he doesn't die.
It's not BERUUDCOUGHCOUGHCOUGH, so it's not that.
What?
Thank you.
I wanted to clear that up. I knew that got real confusing there.
A little bit.
Is it because you're congested? All right, let's go. Come on.
All right, guys. For everybody, Jay Zippo, the Silky Smooth,
What up?
Full Tilt. I am
See ya.
Kaiba. Ladies and gentlemen, catch you on the flip side.